We do not know much about Doria Ragland, but she is definitely going to be a bad role model for Lili and Archie. I'll explain to you why. Before I continue on, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you're one of them, consider to subscribing. Let's take a look at this report first, then we'll talk about Doria Ragland, what Harry said about her.
Meghan and Harry's Netflix projects could be in doubt due to crushing Hollywood strike. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry signed a bumper deal with Netflix in 2020 and are thought to be working on a number of projects for the online streaming giant. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are reportedly finding it tough to move forward with their Netflix projects due to the crushing Hollywood writers' strike that has halted production. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex signed a deal worth a rumored $100 million with the online streaming giant when they stepped away from royal family duties in 2020 and relocated to the U.S. Last December, they starred in their own 6-part documentary series on Netflix, which was a responding success and broke several viewership records for the platform. Harry's own Heart of Invictus documentary is due to hit TV screens next month, while the couple are also thought to be working on a number of other projects for the streaming giants.
But a Hollywood writers' strike that would blow a huge hole in production is edging closer, with Tinseltown's major film studios and the union representing 160,000 actors locked in last-ditch talks. This would seemingly impact Harry and Meghan, with a source close to the couple telling The Telegraph it was proving tough for them to move forward with their projects due to the strike. Hollywood's writers have been on strike for more than 2 months, and now tens of thousands of actors could be about to join them, swapping the red carpet for the picket lines. The Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, contract ends at midnight local time. It is Hollywood's largest union. If a deal isn't struck, they would join the Writers Guild of America, an umbrella group representing studios like Disney, Netflix, Amazon and Apple, that went on strike on May 2nd. This would result in the first time unions representing both writers and actors striking simultaneously for the first time in more than 60 years. The possibility of a strike comes with documentary series on Netflix being nominated by Hollywood Critics Awards in the Best Streaming Nonfiction category.
Despite mixed critical reviews, it smashed records for Netflix and was the streaming giant's most watched show in the UK in 2022. The show also holds the record for the biggest Netflix documentary debut, with a total 81.6 million hours watched on its first 4 days of release, adding up to more than 28 million households. But the Duke and Duchess of Sussex later suffered a blow when it was revealed their series had not been nominated in any of the categories at the 76th Emmy Awards, which will take place in Los Angeles in September. The show had been tipped by several industry experts to be nominated in the documentary or nonfiction series category, but it was nowhere to be seen among the list of contenders. Last month, Harry and Meghan issued a joint statement with online music streaming giant Spotify to announce their agreement had come to a mutual end. But Netflix has maintained its commercial relationship with the couple remains strong, insisting the company's exciting journey with them isn't ending anytime soon. A spokesperson for the online streaming giant told Entertainment Tonight, "The bond with Archwell Productions is one we deeply value." Harry and Meghan launched as Netflix's most spectacular documentary debut to date. "Our exciting journey with them isn't ending anytime soon. We're currently collaborating on numerous projects, including the much-anticipated documentary series Heart of Invictus."
Prince William is acting more like a king than the king himself. The reason for that is because of his recent decisions. As we all know, he is going to be the tough man. He is going to be really the guy for becoming the king, the next king of England. Not only that, he can handle the diplomats, president, the prime minister when they come over to UK. He greets them, he meets them in a very polite manner, in the best manner possible, following all the royal protocol, but also he takes care of his own family members. Now at the same time, not only that he's taking care of his own kids, his own wife, he is now also advising and I would say even teaching King Charles what it is to be a king. Let's take a look at this report.
Prince William is charging King Charles rent, and Dad is miffed. Report there's no friends and family deal at this royal inn. King Charles III is miffed at his son, Prince William, after the 74-year-old ruler was informed he would have to shell out a hunk of cash to stay at the family's Welsh holiday home, according to a new report. The Prince of Wales, 41, plans to rent out the quaint cottage, which the King purchased in 2007 for an estimated $1.5 million, and has since renovated with the help of architect Craig Hamilton and input from Queen Camilla and her interior designer sister Annabel Elliott, the Mail on Sunday has reported. After Queen Elizabeth II's death at 96 last year, Prince William took over the LL Winiwer Maud property, located in Brecon Beacons National Park, where King Charles has apparently stayed for a week or two every summer. Now that the prince has taken over ownership of the 3-bedroom lodging, he will allegedly be renting it out as a holiday home despite the king's alleged disappointment.
The king was quite miffed, but that was the deal, an anonymous source dished to the UK outlet. It means he can continue to stay there, but he will pay rent to the duchy and the rest of the time it will be rented out. The monarch traditionally spent summer vacations at LL Winiwer Maud, but William opted not to renew his father's lease, and will require his pops to fetch his personal belongings from the space, according to The Insider. The picturesque bungalow, built on 192 sprawling acres of land, will supposedly set to be open to vacationers after September, adding to the impressive list of royal real estate marketed for rent nearby. The sustainable cottage, equipped with a wood-chip broiler, includes a roomy barn with dining room seating for up to 16 guests, as well as custom carpeting inspired by 18th-century Welsh blanket design. The gardens are blooming with roses, honeysuckle and jasmine, in addition to 6 maple trees that were used in Kate and William's 2011 wedding, which have been replanted on the cottage grounds. The king has agreed to pay for the topiary upkeep as he doesn't want to see all the good work in the grounds go to waste, the source added.
The Post has reached out to reps for the Prince and Princess of Wales for comment. Meanwhile, royal insiders have previously revealed that Kate and William want to support the tourist economy and have rented out properties and rooms to do their part. But lately, the couple have been in hot water, as tensions run high within the royal family amid overseas drama with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. She was often the peacemaker, or tried to be the peacemaker, with Harry.
Now let's talk about Doria Raglan. Let's jump back to that. Left behind children, I'm going to be quoting you this. Left behind children have a lower cognitive test score, an academic test score, and they are also less likely to attend a college. And this is an article that was published about kids who are not acquainted with their own family members, especially their mother and their father. But it can also refer to the family members who are, for example, their grandfather, grandmother. There is another quote that I want to make mention of, which is that in the case of the invisible child is somebody who doesn't have those care, who never felt that adoration from their family members. In the case of an invisible child, no one sees her. She is not mirrored with adoring and accepting eyes. Instead, she is discounted and left feeling empty. Once the conditioning has set in, the invisible child grows up to be an invisible adult and struggles with finding her voice and her place on the planet. And it can be also for boys, for men. Why I'm quoting this is because I want to show you guys how important it is for these kids to know their extended family members, not only just their father and mother. Because if you do not give them proper training, if you do not provide for them the love and care from other people around the family, then they are going to be growing up in a very, very toxic environment. Sometimes they can be very, very confused. They would not know what relationship means in their lives, especially when they see their own mother, in this case Meghan Markle, cutting ties off with Thomas Markle and never talking to him. They are learning all the bad lesson, all the wrong lessons. And therefore, it is going to be a huge disaster for the kids. This is why I said in the beginning of this video that Doria Raglan is the worst mother. She is going to be the worst role model. The reason not is necessarily that she herself is not even good enough, because we do not know about her. There are a lot of reports that suggested that she was in jail. Forget about all of those things. If she is not teaching the kids how important it is for them to meet their grandfather, i.e. the monarchy, the king, Prince William, Catherine, then she is setting a very, very bad role model for them, and she is actually encouraging in growing up of these kids in a toxic environment and growing up confused, because when they will grow up, they will see Doria is there, but what about my other parents? Where are they? And the answer for Doria would be that, yeah, they are bad people, and if you think they are bad people, it is okay to cut ties with them, not to mix with them, not to know them. This is the environment that these kids are living in at the moment. Recently, we have seen Harry is going and giving an interview, and he said about Doria, when he was asked about Doria Raglan raising these kids, he said, literally, she is a great, wonderful grandmother. I mean, come on, really? when they have no idea who your father, who your mother are, they have no idea who their uncle, aunt are. You're praising a woman for taking care of your kid who is actually doing you a service, and you are using her at the same time for racism card, and you are saying that this woman is wonderful when they never met their grandfather. They never have any idea who they are. I mean, they could have been, King Charles and Camilla, much better as a grandmother and grandfather than Doria Ragland. How you know that? Because they never met him. They never met Lili Archie, the surrogate kid. And therefore saying Doria is a wonderful role model or grandmother, it is something that Harry is doing injustice to all of us, to the kids even, and also obviously to his own parents. This is not something that he should be doing. We also know that when he met Meghan Markle back in the year 2016, when he was dating, around that time, he said that I was very, very scared. I was very, very scared to meet Doria because meeting my girlfriend's mother was something I found very, very scary. I mean, you are a prince. you found it very, very scary. Like he wants to praise Doria all the time, and the reason for that is because obviously he wants to please his wife, his master, so that the master would give him food and shelter and everything. This is the unfortunate reality of it is, and as I have said in the beginning of this topic, that these kids are feeling left behind and they are growing up as an invisible child. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribe. See you in the next one.